Good afternoon. We are the group 6. So for today, we were going to talk about systematic based on evolutionary relationship. So before we proceed to our discussion, let me read our objective. First, identify ways of classifying organisms based on evolutionary relationship. Second, analyze how different organisms were classified using the present system of classification based on evolutionary relationship. Last, appreciate the presence of various uniqueness of organisms in our Earth. Let's start our discussion. Taxonomy is the branch of systematics that deals with naming, describing, and classifying organisms. It began with Aristotle, who grouped organisms as plants or animals, and was later improved by Carl Linnaeus in the 18th century. Linnaeus developed a system of binomial nomenclature, giving each pieces of a two parts of scientific name, which made classification simpler and more organized. But also, Carl Linnaeus was a Swedish scientist who improved Aristotle's system in the 18th century. He is called the father of modern taxonomy. Linnaeus developed a system called binomial nomenclature, which means the two naming in the system. Each species is given a two-part scientific name. The first name is the genus, and the second name is the species. This method made the classification of organisms simpler, clearer, and more organized, and it's still used by the scientists today.
Talk about level of classification. Carl Linnaeus also introduced the Linnaeus system, was group organized into ranks that go from blood to specific. These levels are kingdom, genus, class, order, family, genus, and species. The lower the rank, the more specific. The definition showing clear relation and similarity among organisms. For example, kingdom, kin or animal. Number 2, genus, pig or chocolate. Number 3, class or candy animals or panda and camel. And the fourth is family, over or primate. Number 5 and genus, fresh and humanity. The last is genus and fresh, green or humanity.
Now we proceed to levels of classification. On human, there are taxonomic rank. Human in the description of organism. First, the kingdom. Animalia. Multicircular, heterotrophic, eukaryotic organisms. Second, phylum. Chordata. Animals with notochord. Humans belong here because they have a backbone. The cord means its spinal support rather early backbone. Third, class, mammalia. Animals that feed their young with milk. It is humans are mammals because they have hair and feed their. Fourth order, primata, refined development of hands, feet, shorter snouts, and large brains. Humans are primates because they have developed hands, feet, large brains, and short mouth. P. Family, Hominidae. Primates with robust bodies and well-developed forearms. 6. Genus, Homo. Humans and other closely related species that use tools and other competitive advantage. It is humans belong to genus Homo, which includes closely related species that can use tools and show advanced skills. And last, species, sapiens. Modern humans, organisms that have the ability to reason, adapt, and learn. Because modern humans are Homo sapiens, meaning they can think, reason, learn, and adapt better than the other species.
Levels of classification of Nara and Philippine eagle. Living things are classified into groups to easily identify and study them. The levels of classification are kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Nara belongs to the plant kingdom. Philippine eagle belongs to the animal kingdom. This classification show how each organism is related to other and help scientists organize the diversity of life. Rules in designating scientific names of organisms. In scientific name, the genus starts with a capital letter while the species starts with a small letter. Scientific names are set in italics. When scientific names are handwritten, each word should be underlined. Scientific names follow special rules to make them clear and uniform. The genus name always starts with a capital letter, while the species name starts with a small letter. They are written in italics when typed or underlined when handwritten. This will help scientists identify organisms correctly and avoid confusion in naming.
The table 3 of scientific names of some common organisms: plants, banana, coconut, eggplant, mango, and papaya. Scientific name of the plants, which is Musa acuminata, Cocos nuficera, Solanium, Melongena, and Mangifera indica, and Carica papaya. The animals, which is carabao, cat, dog, tamarao, tarsier. Scientific names of animals, which is Bubalus, Bubalis, Felis, Catus, Canis familiaris, and Babalus, Mendorensis, and Tarsius saricta. Or importance of scientific name. The use of scientific names avoid confusions among scientists. Scientific name allow the use of universal names which help scientists clarify particular organism they are referring to. Specific names also provide organisms' identity and indicate their true nature. Common names do not tell the exact nature of an organism. Example, seahorse is not horse but a fish. A sea lion is not a cat but a seal. And whale shark is not even a mammal. Scientific names avoid confusion by using the same name worldwide. They help clearly identify and clarify organisms. Common name can be misleading. Example, seahorse is not a horse. Scientific name shows the true nature of an organism.
Now, we proceed to the topic about modern taxonomy. In this part, we will discuss how scientists classify living things based on their evolutionary relationships. We will also learn about the different evidences used to study how organisms are related to one another. Firstly is modern taxonomy. Modern taxonomy organizes living things in the context of evolution. Scientists use different kinds of information to classify organisms through classify living things based on evolution and evidence like fossils, body structure, and genes to show the relationship. Another is fossil record. History of life as documented by fossils, the remains or imprints of organisms from earlier geological periods preserved in sedimentary rock, can be used to trace changes over time through fossil record. In short, show how species change over time through preserved remains. Another one is morphology. Morphology is the study of the form, shape, and structure of living organisms and their parts. It helps identify relationship between species. Similar structures known as homologous structures indicate that organisms share a common ancestor and may have evolved from the same origin. In short, morphology compares body structures to find similarities that suggest common ancestor. Lastly is embryology. Studies the prenatal development of gametes, sex cells, fertilization, and development of embryos and fetuses. Animals whose embryos develop in a similar pattern may be related. In short, embryology studies the development of embryos. Animals with similar embryo patterns are believed to be closely related. Thank you.